A tidal island transformed from wilderness trading outpost to contested prize. This is Manhattan's turbulent first century. The 1600s reshaped the mouth of the Hudson. What began as New Amsterdam, a rough-hewn Dutch settlement, became a strategic asset coveted across oceans. Timber structures lined unpaved streets, while a compact fortress anchored its defenses. English vessels appeared on the horizon, and control shifted without bloodshed. The dominant language changed, authority transferred, and a fresh identity emerged. As the century closed, this restless junction grew steadily, a meeting point of aspiration perched beside an untamed wilderness. Henry Hudson's 1609 arrival established the first European presence along the waterway that inherited his name. His sailors encountered forested tidal banks crisscrossed by indigenous commerce paths. An unassuming beginning, stripped of ceremony, yet it triggered waves of merchants, colonists, and imperial competition. Dutch representatives obtained Manhattan from the Lenape in 1626 through a transaction later assessed at 24 guilders in merchandise. The arrangement was straightforward, transactional, and profoundly misinterpreted between cultures. Still, it granted the Dutch a position they rapidly strengthened. Establishing New Amsterdam demanded grueling physical toil. Colonists chopped through dense Manhattan timber using hand tools, hauling massive logs across muck to construct dwellings, defensive barriers, and storage facilities. Smoke from fires, perspiration, and the sound of cleaving lumber saturated the atmosphere as the modest colony emerged from untamed land. Progress arrived one timber, one plank, one exhausting sunrise at a time. Fort Amsterdam appeared in 1626 at Manhattan's southern point, a crude barrier of logs and soil protecting the fledgling Dutch community. Sentries observed from elevated positions, monitoring the harbor's changing currents, the company warehouses, and New Amsterdam's vulnerable origins. The fortification served as both protection and declaration, a claim intended for permanence. During 1644, Dutch administrators and indigenous leaders negotiated a sequence of precarious agreements designed to end prolonged conflict. Beside council blazes and improvised negotiation surfaces, representatives exchanged wampum, commitments, and reluctant compromises. These pacts delivered a temporary, strained calm, less mutual confidence than collective fatigue. Yet they permitted New Amsterdam space to recuperate and expand. By 1655, enslaved Africans arrived in New Amsterdam with increasing frequency, their coerced work embedded throughout the colony's waterfront, agricultural lands, and domestic spaces. Treated as commodities by the Dutch West India Company, they endured severe regulations and relentless oversight. It marked a silent yet merciless transformation as captivity became integral to the settlement's emerging economic foundation. Within a mid-17th century New Amsterdam dwelling, existence centered around a single packed chamber heated by a masonry fireplace. Illumination penetrated through narrow glass-paned openings, falling upon unfinished plank tables, woolen coverings, and pewter vessels arranged carefully on ledges. Households woke before dawn to the aroma of cooked grains and the scraping of timber seats, youngsters assisting with milling kernels or hauling water, while grown members managed duties, repairing fishing equipment, splitting kindling, preserving cured provisions for colder months. The environment held mixtures of burning wood, drying plant material, and the moisture-laden essence of waterway breezes penetrating the gaps. Twilight hours remained hushed yet occupied, tapers flickering dimly as narratives unfolded, devotions murmured, and implements positioned for dawn's labor. Existence was unpretentious, regimented, and collective. Each responsibility, preparing meals, stitching fabric, cleaning floors, managing animals, carried the persistent tempo of endurance within an expanding, yet still vulnerable community. English warships drifted into the anchorage during 1664, their artillery aimed toward the stronghold, still displaying Dutch emblems. Outmatched and fractured, New Amsterdam mounted minimal opposition. Stuyvesant's objections dissolved beneath colonists' preference for steadier governance. Through peaceful capitulation, the settlement transferred to English control and acquired a different designation, New York. Its trajectory altered without any projectile launched. The Treaty of Breda in 1667 officially confirmed what military pressure had initiated. The Dutch relinquished New Netherland to England for distant territorial advantages in Suriname. This accord validated New York as English domain, extinguishing Dutch ambitions for recovery. Through diplomatic resolution, the city's emerging character, its regulations, allegiances, and destiny became anchored within England's imperial framework. During 1673, Dutch warships surged into the harbor and seized the settlement with unexpected aggression, renaming it New Orange and restoring former flags for one turbulent year. But negotiations advanced faster than weaponry. Following the subsequent treaty, the colony reverted to England. New Orange transformed back to New York. The episode proved fleeting, a glimpse of the earlier Dutch era before the English trajectory sealed definitively around it. By 1679, the former Dutch Stadthouse functioned as New York's municipal headquarters, a remnant of New Amsterdam, now operating under English administration. Traders, officials, and scribes navigated its confined chambers, resolving conflict and documenting the affairs of an increasingly diverse harbor. The structure remained as evidence of the city's Dutch origins, still functional, still pivotal, even as New York advanced into its revised existence. Around 1680, New York experienced rapid development under English authority. The citizenry exceeded 4,000 residents. Fresh brick residences appeared along thoroughfares, and the harbor intensified with transatlantic commerce. Simultaneously, the enslaved demographic rose dramatically, determining the colony's workforce and routine existence. By 1679, New York's Great Dock extended into the East River as the settlement's primary portal. Merchants, mariners, and workers filled its platforms, offloading containers of sweeteners, pelts, and leaf tobacco, while additional vessels arrived from the Atlantic. The dock's perpetual groaning and activity announced the city's expanding aspirations, a modest harbor swiftly becoming an essential connection in the empire's commercial network. By 1680, New York's architecture still revealed pronounced Dutch characteristics, sharp rooflines, masonry fronts, and substantial timber supports. Despite extended English governance, newer constructions incorporated English elements like sliding sash openings or wider flues, yet the roadways remained visibly Dutch configuration and aesthetic. The settlement, like its inhabitants, remained a combination mid-evolution. The aging defensive barrier still designated the settlement's northern boundary, following the route that would become Wall Street, its wooden fortifications weathered but standing. Where the barrier reached the East River stood the Watergate, a simple fortified entrance where wagons, visitors, and riverine cargo entered the municipality under vigilant supervision. In 1689, New York's trained band, the civilian militia, assembled amid turmoil following the Glorious Revolution. Traders, craftspeople, and workers practiced on the commons, a mixture of Dutch, English, and American-born individuals entangled in changing loyalties. Amid the confusion, numerous leaders endorsed a statement supporting Jacob Leisler and rejecting the previous royal appointees. Yet the uprising remained temporary. Despite their instant of determination, they concluded the year again beneath royal command. During 1689, New York existed in tension and instability. Intelligence from England described monarchs ascending and descending, leaving the settlement unsure whose power genuinely governed. Businessmen debated in drinking establishments, troops trained on public grounds, and common inhabitants monitored the waterfront for vessels that might deliver instructions or disruption. The settlement lived in anxious anticipation, suspended between speculation, doubt, and the changing currents of empire. By 1893, New York constables patrolled a metropolis thundering with manufacturing and congested streets. Dressed in navy wool and brass fastenings, they walked assigned routes through saloons, crowded housing, and gas-lit boulevards, attempting to maintain peace in a city expanding faster than legal systems could manage. Their visibility